Hello viewer, welcome to my new channel and my pilot for said channel. On this account, I'll be submitting videos of me creating art so that I can just mostly share what I'm working on, as well as hopefully inspiring or motivating others to continue to draw and improve on their own skills. Perhaps my own methods of drawing will turn out very helpful for watchers as well, and maybe I can catch my own mistakes, because I know there's plenty, and improve myself too. So on here, my art focuses mainly around anthro art, or anthropomorphic animals. You will probably know it simply as furry art. I love furry art. It is a large subject with many different branches and a lot of fun variety to work with. It's a lot of different species to try out and work with, so you'll see me drawing that a whole lot here. I know this is my first video, but for right now I won't be able to churn out a whole lot just because my weekday schedule is packed and I won't have much of an opportunity to make progress on this channel. I already draw quite a lot even on the weekdays for other reasons and objectives, but you know, I just want to avoid burning myself out. So, in this first video, without further ado, I guess we can start with something simple. Maybe some practice drawing heads. That's usually a good place to start. So, let's get right to it. I am using Clip Studio Paint Pro, or Manga Studio 5. They're both really quite similar. I'm not sure what the difference is. I am relatively new to this program. I've been using Photoshop for most of my digital drawing years, so hopefully I won't fail too hard at this. But I think I have a good grasp in it for now. So let's start with drawing heads. I guess the best angle to start with right now is the side view, because the side view, in my opinion, is probably the easiest view. You only have one side of the head to work with, so there's not much in terms of proportions, perspective to worry about. Now let's just go ahead and get started. I will draw, let's see, perhaps a vulpine character would do. So a very sketchy little circle here to start off with. Usually my skeletons are not too detailed, but for the purpose of better understanding in this video, I think I'll get into those details just to make this whole thing easier to understand. So of course we're going to build this head off of this circle mainly. Let's move it over here. So let's just do the scalp. Of course, we're going to be doing a lot of editing. This isn't going to turn out perfect the first time. Foxes have a relatively flat scalp. We're just going to do that and erase the top part there. Okay, so we're about to go down to the muzzle, which extends off of the circle here. Yeah, I use this as a reference to where the muzzle does start, so heading out this way. Let's make sure it's nice and sharp, curved towards the bottom for the jaw. So the main head itself might look a little too long at the moment, but don't worry, this is still a pretty early sketch phase. Got to draw the ear here. It's a very long, pointy ears, so maybe not this long. Yeah, just keep in mind the perspective. You don't just draw the ear like this, of course. Ear does go down alongside the side of the head, so let's do a little curved line here to give good reference. Probably won't be in the final drawing, although these are just sketches. I'm not actually doing a whole drawing here. We'll have time for bigger projects later on, hopefully. I'm going to draw right here. start to thin out the lines a bit. Eventually they'll probably be all gone once this is all over, but flatten out the back of the head a little bit. I usually go pretty quickly when it comes to these sketches, but once again, you know, I'm trying to help you guys out, so I'm going to slow down quite a bit. I also sometimes find it a little hard to make good commentary while I'm focusing on this, so sorry if I am a little quiet sometimes. So yeah, we just started with the neck here. This is a female character, so I might want to make the neck a little bit more skinny. Okay. Yeah, we're just doing a head. We could do just a quick bust or something. Just something as reference. Don't worry about this part, and just, you know. There we go, for good reference. We're just gonna be focusing on the head. So, there we go. We've got a very basic shape going on here. Guess we could do the other ear on this side. About the same height, I guess. Now making the ear like this line right here, will definitely give it a very thin look, basically. With the lines stopping at the edge of the ear right here. What I can do is bring it around the entire outline like this to make it seem like it's curving inward slightly. Just something very subtle though. There's usually fluff inside of the ear. Do something like this real quick. Yeah. Since this ear is pointed more in the opposite direction of where we're facing, it's gonna be a little obscure. We're not gonna draw this inner ear right here. It's gonna be facing the other way. So we don't have to worry about that one. I guess the scalp for a fox head slopes down a lot more smoothly, just shapes into the muzzle like that. This is by no means going to be super realistic. I don't have a very excessively realistic style, so there you go. A nice fox head for now. Guess it's not too discernible at the moment, but we will get to the facial features right now. So let's see here. I guess we'll start with the eyes. Just draw something here real quick. Do not be afraid to vary the shapes of your eyes. I tend to do that quite a bit, but this character does have some pretty large eyes, I'd say, compared to other characters of mine. Nothing like Kemono, but there you go. Probably the largest eyes I've drawn recently. Pupil right here. Now I know it's tempting to draw the shape of the eye as it would look in the front view, but you want to try to avoid this because that is just basically incorrect proportions. So let me copy this to make a demonstration. This is probably a view you'd see in the front. And it just simply doesn't look right. You'll see it's about the same size as this here. Well, somewhat the same size. But you get what I mean, it's a little too big. Maybe if your character is a reptilian or something, or dragon, or whatever, that would make more sense. But when you're drawing from the side view, the perspective tends to skew a bit, and some parts of the, oops, like this layer, some parts of the body will become thinner. That includes the eye. So there we go, just a very basic looking eye there. Some lashes to, you know, just emphasize the fact that the character is female. I know it's a pretty cheap way to do it, but just a little brow here. And some more detailed facial features there. Okay, let's get started on the muzzle. It's just a good thing to keep the details of the face in mind, even if these are animals. You can definitely apply some human facial features on here to help with expressions and such. So there's a nose. Usually, you know, in the front view, they're shaped kind of like this. So just imagine what it would look like on the side view. This little piece up here that looks longer in width. Yeah, I like to just envision these drawings as if they're in a 3D plane or something. That does help quite a bit when it comes to anatomy and just how things look in a different point of view. This nose, this muzzle actually might be a little too long for this specific character. Maybe a little too realistic. Just going back here. I like to go back and just modify some things as I see fit. Okay, so let's go to the mouth. Again, very simple. Let's have her smiling. Erasing bits of the mouth to make it a little more subtle. There's just a meek little smile here. Okay, so for this specific expression, keep notes of cheekbone muscle right here. If the character is smiling, the muscle will kind of just go upward in this direction, so it will come up here to the bottom of the eye. And just push it upward from this area. Not exactly sure what it's called at the moment, but there you go. If you do this, it'll help a lot in making the smile look a lot more, how should I say it? A lot more real. Like, we don't want any fake smiles in here, so. Become more detailed with the bone structure. Okay. This back part of the head, I'm not sure, it looks kind of strange to me. Maybe still a bit too big, but I guess we can shorten that a bit. Okay. So usually Anthro characters, you know, they have, what do you call it, a more refined shape on their head. Especially on the sides because of the fur. So here we're just going to emphasize that fur and give more shape to that part of the head. So yeah, just very quick strokes if you want to do a nice furry texture like that. Not too difficult at all. Okay, so this character does have some hair. I like to draw the characters bald at first, or quote-unquote bald, just so that I can get a good reference for where to put the hair, because I basically see the hair as just this big chunk that lies on top of the scalp. You know, it gives a good reference for shape and such, so that the hair isn't too poofy. But anyway, yeah, we can start with that. I think that's a good spot, maybe. Once again, just quick strokes. This is my first Anthro character, I believe. Should probably give you her name, even though it doesn't really mean much, I guess. It's Rena. Little tuft of hair over here. That goes along the back. Her hair is not too long. She's kind of a tomboy, I'd say. Let's erase this back part of the head. See, maybe this part's a bit too poofy. Let's make it a little skinnier. Of course, being a slight perfectionist, I have to keep going over the drawing. Just make sure everything is at least 90% decent in my eyes. Maybe the ear is too far back, I'm not sure. Just the back hair still looks a little too poofy for this character. Maybe I don't do too many side views of her, maybe that's why, but I don't know. Maybe you guys will like it. Just have this tear duct go a little more up here. Don't make the eyes too baggy. Don't want her to look like she's had too much overtime, but there you go. So I guess that's Rena, Fox character. So that's a good side view. I guess the next thing we can do is just do another side view, but this time of a different species. Cat, maybe. What cat should I draw, though? Perhaps a cheetah. Maybe that would be a good one. So let's go ahead and just start over. Build a nice circle here. Being someone who makes a lot of quick strokes, I will tend to keep my fingers on the Control and Z key just to undo unfavorable lines. Unfortunately, it's turned into a bit of a habit, so even if a line's okay, I might press it anyway. Just a heads up. Okay. Here's our circle. Now, you of course could also do this. Just draw a line in the middle. This can signify different things for different people. For me, this would be a good point for the eye and where the muzzle begins. But these days I don't really depend on the line so much on the head as I do on the body. We're just gonna draw the forehead here up to the scalp, just like before. Maybe this back part's a little too bulbous. Once again, just make the width of the eye skinnier than usual for this side view. And cheetahs have round pupils, so go ahead and do that. Here is something that I notice people do a lot, including me in the past, is they put this here, and that's supposed to show the highlight of the eye. Just a little glint coming off of it to give it more life. And I appreciate this detail, but I think I found a better way to do it, because I don't think there's this black line on people's eyes. It just looks a little strange to me these days. So what I do is I make a little texture looking thing here up near the top, I take the eraser and I just make a dot. There we go. So here's our cheetah. Her name is Kuva. Get the lashes down. Maybe not so much. This is the tribal character. They don't have cosmetics back then, at least to my knowledge. All right. Once again, I won't be completely accurate to the actual head shape of the species, just mostly. Start with the muzzle down here, I suppose. Instead of a smile, I guess we'll give her a pout to emphasize on different expressions and how you can shape the facial features. Draw the nose from the side. Probably look like this in the front. Little T shape almost. Kinda. Although I think cheetahs do have more of a diamond shape. Maybe. I'd have to look it up. Don't be afraid to get up references if you are not sure. For the sake of this video, I'm not going to do that. See a little pout, little frown there. The end of the mouth going down quite a bit. You want to emphasize that even more. Just remember the facial features and the cheekbone area. Just something like that. Just to give the impression of a stretched muscle downwards. Of course, you might not want to emphasize it too much, otherwise it'll look kind of old, almost. Start with the chin. So I was trying to do the markings here. That will obscure the tear ducts. Now with her brow going down this way, that'll bring up some more opportunities for showing facial muscles. So this part would be more scrunched up together. Spot between the brows. Sorry for my lack of understanding of anatomical terms. Yeah, just something like that. Just look at yourself in the mirror and try it out, and you will notice what I'm talking about here. The start of the muzzle, just make some creases. Maybe the head shouldn't be so bulbous on the scalp. Get rid of that. Cheek area. It looks poofy even from the side, even if we're not coloring or doing some shading. We can still show that shape there. The ear, I don't believe Cheetah's ears are that big. Haven't drawn this character in a while. But like the fox ear, just make an outline all across the outline, an inner outline. Just to give the ear more shape. And some black fur near the top. Nice, simple, quick strokes. This character is quote-unquote bald. But we just want to add these little bits of fur sticking out. Let's make her look a little bit unkempt. Okay. Let's do the neck here. Well, that's a feline character for you. I feel like I went through it a little too quick. Sorry about that. If I'm going too quick, please let me know. It's just a hard habit to get rid of. And go ahead and just add the spots. So yeah, like I said, pretty simple perspective here, the side view. Easiest one, definitely. I think in the next part I will go over the 3/4 view and then the front view. So basically in order of difficulty. Yes, I do think the front view is the most difficult. I'll explain why when I get around to that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, I would appreciate anything from a comment, a like, a subscription, subscribe, or anything like that. That would just show me that I am doing good with this. I am helping you out with some things, whether it be inspiration or just skills in general. Right, I'm just doing extra stuff right now. You don't have to worry about this. But yeah, just closing out. Okay guys, well, that's all I have for this part, so I think, yeah, that should be good. I don't really have any much more to say about the side view, like I said, easiest one. So next time, I'll be going over the 3/4 view. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you when that video is made.